I would say on the beginning, when you use ChatGPT natively from the web, you are still kind of doing like a manual work. Yeah, you can go to ChatGPT, put there one prompt, get some output. Yeah, for another thing you would put there another prompt, etc. On the other end of this spectrum, I would put the Zapier or Integromat or N8N, which I mentioned, where you can integrate OpenAI into the complete workflows. Somewhere in the middle, I would put spreadsheets, which HR people love spreadsheets. Plus with spreadsheets, you can kind of do this work semi-automatic. So let me show you how you can integrate actually ChatGPT into spreadsheets. Let's say that, for example, you were on GitHub and you were looking for Python developers in Berlin, and you scraped, for example, using Instant Data Scraper, of course, locating the next button and everything, you scraped a table. I did this beforehand, so I got it here. And I can ask, for example, ChatGPT to give me an Excel formula for spreadsheet formula for scraping the title of the page. So the first link here in the first column is a link for a GitHub profile. So I asked how to do that, and it showed me that it's import XML, which you would normally, of course, you would copy paste it from the web, from ChatGPT. I put it here, like kind of like by hand. A2 actually it's, and here we got title, enter, there is import similar, and we got, as you can see, this is the title of the page, and then of course you would do this and it would load everything as you need it. Yeah, so that's of course one way, just use it as a helper. There is actually the whole project Excel formula bot, which is like a chat bot where you can actually chat about these specific formulas for that. But as you can see, the ChatGPT can do it pretty well as well. There is also a plugin which you can use. It's called GPT Formula, which you can for Excel spreadsheets. And we can do, for example, this one. Let's say we got in a C2 column, we got name and the first name and last name, and we want, for example, just the first name. So we can use the GPT formula here, and we can say, for example, parse first name from column, and it's C. Yeah, generate. And it would generate the Excel formula for me. I will copy paste it, put it here, copy paste, enter, I got it. Yeah, and yeah, I could just click yes. So as you can see everywhere, here there is no first name, there is some nickname, etc. here as well. So it depends if you want to use it. Otherwise you would like, you would say not give me the first name from that, but just, for example, the first word from that, etc. So as you can see, this is what we wanted, and we can continue. So this is also really neat plugin, GPT Formula. We can also use the scripting, for example, behind Google Sheets. Yeah, behind Google Sheets there is scripting, and you can use some scripts there, but of course maybe you don't know how, you don't know the syntax, you don't know the coding, but ChatGPT actually knows that. So we can do kind of the same thing which we did here with the first names, we can do with scripting. So you can open scripts. So in extensions you would click on scripts, but of course first we need to know like what to put in it. So here I asked Google to create a Google Sheet script which parses the first name from the column C. I paste it into column L. Yeah, so let's do something similar, maybe use column M instead. So let's go into ChatGPT and create Google Sheets script which would parse first name from column C and paste it into column M. Yeah, enter and let it work. As you can see, if something is done right with ChatGPT, it's really coding, yeah, in different kind of languages, of course. You can just click here on copy code. It's also telling you how you can use, how you need to use that, yeah, opening the script editor, etc. We already did it. We can put it here, save it, and we can hit run. If you have some error in the execution log and you don't know what it means, you can also like copy paste the error and go back into ChatGPT and put it there. Yeah, you need to usually do this. And you can ask the ChatGPT about the errors as well. Now the execution was completed correctly. So let's go back, and as you can see in the column M, we got the first names of the people right there. Yeah. So as you can see now, you have like more ways how to do that, like asking ChatGPT about a formula, asking, for example, the plugin about a formula, or asking, no using any plugins, and asking for scripting and do the script directly here, yeah, being independent on any, I would say, external tools. So that's another way how to do that. There is another plugin which you can use, and that's called GPT for Sheets and Docs. So you can find ChatGPT for Sheets and Docs, install that, and you can use it and call GPT prompts directly from here. So I can go, you need to go to extensions. As you can see, there are add-ons, extensions in Google Sheets as well, not in browser. Yeah, this extension is extension for Google Sheets, not the browser. And click on enable GPT function. I'm enabling the GPT function, okay. And now when I go, for example, into one cell, I can hit GPT, and as you can see, there is GPT as Excel function. And I can, for example, put here, when you want to combine it with something else, when you want to just put there like one prompt, you would just say it here, like say hello, yeah, something like that, for example. I think it needs to be in quotes. Yeah, so now it was working, calling ChatGPT, and it said, hello, how can I assist you today? So I'm now actually chatting with the ChatGPT over a Google Sheets cell. Yeah, I got a whole ChatGPT chat in the cell. So if you want to combine it with some other columns, for example, in the spreadsheet, you need to use concat as one option. And I, for example, can say create or compose an outreach message and invite this person for lunch. My name is Jose, and the person would be in the column M, yeah, so this one. So you can do something like that. Let's see what we will get, and we will go from there. Dear Pavel, so it seems there is something longer. So, dear Pavel, I hope this message finds you well. My name is Jose, and I came across your profile on LinkedIn. I was impressed by, etc. As you can see, it assumes that I found this person on LinkedIn. Actually, I found the person on GitHub, but you can be even more specific in what you put there. Now, of course, as normally as what you do in Excel, you would scroll this down like that, and now we will get the messages for all the people in the tab. That's what I call the semi-automatic work. Yeah, natively in the ChatGPT app, you would do it like one by one. In Zapier, you could kind of automate it like in the workflows. Here it's kind of semi, you have a batch of people. We got a batch of, let's say, 100 people from GitHub, and we can create messages automatically for all of these people. Let's move further. We can also, for example, create a script and sending the emails right away. So, of course, now I will not be sending those emails to the emails of these people, but you can simply go to ChatGPT and say something like create Google Sheets script which will send an email with a body of the email in the column, and now you will put there, we got it like that's the different tab, N, and you would continue and using the email in column Y, yeah, so I actually, so it would create this script. It's quite simple script using the send emails function, mail app function for sending the email. So it would go directly from the Gmail, which is, or Google Apps email, which is associated with this spreadsheet. Yeah, because if you are in this Google spreadsheet, you are sign up and sign in with your account, as you can see right here. So then you would copy paste it there into the scripts and run it, and it would send the emails and people would get, this is just the test message. Of course, I'm not sending to these real people in which I scraped from GitHub, and you would get this message. So as you can see now, you have a nice, I would say, sort of tools how you can access actually ChatGPT but over spreadsheets, but there's more. You can do even more with this plugin ChatGPT for docs. There is another functionality, or not functionality, function, Excel function, GPT_table. So you don't need to use GPT, but GPT table. As you can see, there are even more. And with GPT table, you can, for example, you can basically do the whole sourcing starting from Google Sheets. So as you can see, for example, I can put here, create a list of CFOs maybe in banking in Sweden. Yeah, something like that. So completely from scratch. Let's wait if we got something there. Da 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 da. Boom, yeah, we got it there. We got some real people, of course, unverified from here, the bank here. And you can continue then, for example, with the ChatGPT, but just the GPT command. And you can put here, for example, give me more information about this company. Here we got the company, and we need to do it like that, company, enter. Yeah, it will probably give us the information, and then of course we can copy paste it to other columns in the table. And of course now we got it, so I can do like that, and we can continue. We can, for example, say GPT, give me domain name for this company. Yeah, something like that. Enter. Nordea. Yeah. And we can do this, and with this procedure we can, for example, get to the email addresses, so we can connect like the, for example, name, first name, etc., or ask what's the what's the email pattern, for example, with this bank. As you can see, it's slowly uncovering. Yeah, so as you can see, this is really perfect. Yeah, everything is done directly from Google Sheets in bulk, and we didn't even start it like from LinkedIn or GitHub or anything like that. So that's this. Here, for example, I create a list of recruitment managers in automotive in Czechia, yeah, in the Czech Republic. Nice list, as you can see, including emails. To be honest, I didn't ask for emails right here. It gave me that automatically for some reason with this prompt. Perfect. So another powerful function. So that was one plugin. Another plugin for add-on into Google Sheets. It's called Sheets AI, sheetsai.app, which is, I would say, a similar thing, similar plugin. Let me open this page. In extension, you will go here, launch it. As you can see, it has this sidebar where you can choose a different kind of parameters. Yeah, you can also choose with kind of what kind of language model at OpenAI you want to use. Yeah, so for example, GPT 3.5 Turbo, it's usually what we use currently. Yeah, there is the beta for 4.0, but currently we are using 4.5 Turbo, which is also, or usually in the ChatGPT there is the DaVinci, but 3.5 Turbo is actually 90% more cost effective and kind of like less than the full DaVinci. Yeah, that's the full DaVinci language model is more, it's more, I would say, expensive as well. Yeah, it takes more of the computer time. So, and here you can also use the temperature and these things you were used, for example, here from the playground. So there is the formula which is called Sheet AI. Yeah, that's the Sheet AI or other Sheets AI functionalities which can use, but it's kind of really similar as you could see with the plugin which I just showed you. Yeah, so these are some examples where you can also create, for example, the full message for the person, personified with some information from some column in this sheet.